Coming up on the Daily O, after 13 years on the run, an Oklahoma man is finally caught. We'll tell you who.
And how the Oklahoma government is stepping up during the second largest government shutdown in U.S. history. All this and more is coming up. The Daily O starts now.
Good evening, and welcome into the Tuesday edition of the Daily O. I'm Mason Humphrey.
And I'm Reagan Downs. We're glad you're with us. An Oklahoma sex offender was caught arrested after 13 years on the run. Anthony Lennon, one of Oklahoma's 10 most wanted, was arrested in New York last week. Lennon was convicted in a 2008 case involving 5 counts related to possession of child pornography after a friend found 50 gigabytes of child sex abuse images on Lennon's computer. State records show that 8 new charges of possession of child pornography were filed against Lennon in 2012 after a warrant had been issued for his arrest. That same year, Lennon faked his own abduction from the hotel he worked at and had been on the run since. When found, authorities discovered he had enrolled at the State University of New York at Canton under the alias Justin Phillips. It's unclear where Lennon is currently being held, as neither of the open cases showed any record of requests for extradition at the home at the time of reporting.
An emergency meeting of the Oklahoma Contingency Review Board was held to discuss the possibility of using state money to help families affected by the loss of SNAP benefits due to the federal government shutdown. With federal government shutdown threatening to cut off SNAP food benefits for thousands of Oklahomans, state leaders voted Monday to tap emergency funds to keep food assistance going, but only for a limited time. At a special called meeting of State Contingency Review Board approved $1 million per week for Oklahoma food banks using the state's $7.8 million emergency fund. That funding will only last 7 weeks if the shutdown continues, which will become the longest shutdown in U.S. history if it doesn't end by tonight. The board also approved $72,000 to the Oklahoma Department of the Human Services to help administer the benefits.
There isn't just a shortage of meals in Oklahoma, but also volunteers. The Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma says it is in dire need of volunteers amid an increase in people needing help putting food on their tables. RFBO told Fox 25 their partners are reporting a 30% increase overall in how many people are coming to them for help in the past few weeks, meaning more funding and volunteers are needed. Austin Prickett, Director of Marketing and Communications for RFBO, said every dollar donated to the Regional Food Bank is going to help us provide 3 meals to folks, but we also are in dire need of volunteers. Prickett said they're in need of 50 to 70 volunteers each day to help prepare snacks for their Foods for Kids program and to build emergency food boxes.
With Thanksgiving travel approaching, Oklahoma officials are reminding drivers to prepare vehicles now for winter weather and holiday traffic. From Oklahoma City to Tulsa, motorists are being urged to check vehicles, pack emergency gear, and stay alert as colder weather and busy roads return later this month. According to the Oklahoma Department of Transportation, early November is the ideal time to inspect tires, check antifreeze, test batteries, and replace worn wiper blades. Drivers should also pack a winter emergency kit with items like blankets, jumper cables, and even traction materials such as sand or kitty litter.
It's been a beautiful day here in Stillwater, but what can we expect this evening? Bridget Nye is in our weather center with our evening forecast. Bridget?
Thanks, Reagan. Hey there, Cowboys. Let's check out that Tuesday forecast. You were right with today being an easy and breezy day, with our temperatures being 72, with our wind speeds coming in at 14 miles per hour from the south. Taking a look at our campus, we can see that we really didn't have many clouds today, so it was a easy walk to class. That's it for me. Back to you guys.
Happy to hear about that easy walk to class, Bridget, when we return celebrating an Oklahoma icon's birthday.
And how you can safely dispose of leftover pesticides and chemicals. The Daily O returns right after this.
Got a computer issue? Meet AB Computers, Stillwater's trusted experts in computer repairs. We understand how important your devices are to you. That's why we offer fast turnaround times, so you're never disconnected for long.
Hello, my name is Roger Smith. I'm the owner of AB Computers here in Stillwater. I offer excellent services for repairs, upgrades, custom build of systems. I do Mac and PC repair. I've got best prices on pretty much everything you can look for.
We service all types of computers, from PCs and gaming rigs to tablets and everything in between. Whatever your tech needs, AB Computers is your one-stop solution. Whether it's a locked screen, a sluggish system, or any other tech trouble, AB Computers has you covered. Visit us at 211 North Perkins Road, Suite number 10, right next to Walmart. Our new location offers easy access and plenty of parking, making it more convenient than ever to get the expert help you need.
Ace in the Bowl Salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl Salsa is an olive oil-based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten-free, low-calorie, low-carb, low-fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
Today, we mark the birthday of Oklahoma's beloved favorite son, Will Rogers, who was born on November 4th, 1879, near present-day Oologah. A humorous and social commentator, Rogers rose from rural Oklahoma roots to become one of America's most beloved entertainers and thinkers. His wit and wisdom continue to resonate nearly a century later. Here in Oklahoma, his legacy is honored with events like 4-day celebration in Claremore, including a parade, 5K run, and birthday festivities at the Will Rogers Memorial Museum, where family fun activities and tributes keep his spirit alive.
An important opportunity to safely dispose of old or unwanted pesticides is coming up in Oklahoma. Oklahoma State University's Pesticide Safety Education Program, in partnership with the Oklahoma Department of Agriculture, Food and Forestry, will host 2 free drop-off events for unwanted pesticides. November 12th at the Grant County Expo Center in Pond Creek, and November 13th at the Custer County Fairgrounds in Clinton. These events allow farmers, ranchers, applicators, homeowners, and dealers to bring up to 2,000 pounds of unusable or unregistered pesticides at no charge. A fee will apply if you bring more. Since 2006, the program has safely disposed of more than 1.5 million pounds of pesticides, keeping these chemicals out of rivers, storm drains, and illegal dumps. For those planning to attend, you'll need to transport your materials safely, pack leaking or broken containers and bags, and you must pre-register if you're a dealer bringing large quantities.
This may be keeping its warm temps, but what else can we expect? Bridget Nye is back in the Weather Center with what else to watch out for. Bridget?
Thanks, Mason. Let's check out that radar. As you can see, we have some clouds up in Enid moving towards Stillwater, but we're not going to see any rain chances come along with it. As we move through the night, we can see that it is already cleared by morning, and we're not going to see anything around our state. And it's going to stay nice and clear throughout the night. As we move through to Thursday, we have a little bit more clouds come back in, but again, we're going to see clear skies around campus. What to look out for: we're going to have high wind speeds for the next couple of days, and then it's going to slow down toward the weekend with mild temperatures and sunny skies, giving us a perfect weekend ahead. That's it for me. Back to you guys.
Excited for that perfect weekend, Bridget. When we return, it's election day across the nation. We'll tell you where the ballots are being cast.
And the government shutdown is making history. We'll tell you what that looks like across the nation. The Daily O returns right after this.
We would design something, it would sit on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it, it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
Deep Fork Foods started in 2014. We started off with our nut products, and now we produce everything from jarred products to cookie mixes and pancake mixes and dried products for people, as well as our spice blends. Now we produce over 168 different products for ourselves and about 20 to 30 other companies in Oklahoma.
I'm Cindy Stewart. I'm one of the owners of Deep Fork Foods. We've gone from just making our own stuff and doing just small things to being able to co-pack and work with other companies and individuals within Oklahoma and across the United States as well.
I'm just really thankful for the journey that we've had so far and really look forward to the future where we're taking Deep Fork Foods and being able to provide more value for Oklahoma and its economy, as well as all the people within the state.
I love the opportunities that being in a food business provides. I absolutely love sharing food and good stories with people, so this just gives us another connection. And I can't wait to see where this path takes us with it.
It's election day and the races are heating up. In New York City, the mayor's race has captured national attention, with young progressive candidate Zohran Mamdani fighting to become the next leader of America's largest city. Across the Mid-Atlantic, Virginia voters could make history by electing their first female governor, as Democrat Abigail Spanberger faces Republican Winsome Earl-Sears in a race shaped by federal worker concerns, affordability, and national partisan dynamics. In New Jersey, the gubernatorial contest is being viewed as a test of whether Republicans can turn around a deep blue state, pitting GOP hopeful Jack Ciattarelli against Democrat Mikey Sherrill, with energy costs, property taxes, and cost of living dominating the campaigns. These contests may not be for the White House, but they carry outsized meaning for the national political map, especially as parties look towards 2026's midterms.
A historic moment in Washington tonight. The federal government shutdown has now reached its 35th day, tying the record for the longest shutdown in U.S. history. Lawmakers in both parties are scrambling to find a path forward, with the John Thune-led Senate poised to vote yet again on funding measure to reopen the government. Meanwhile, federal workers and millions who rely on programs such as SNAP are feeling the impact. Delayed pay for worker services curdled, and growing economic stress. Some lawmakers believe the vote may come after the midterm elections, raising questions about whether political calculations are overtaking the urgent business of reopening the government. This shutdown is not only a record tie, but also a test of how far both sides are willing to push the country's institutions and economy.
The U.S. government is reportedly drawing up plans for a covert mission inside Mexico, aimed at taking on major drug cartels in what would mark a major escalation in the war on narcotics. According to current and former officials, special OPS teams, along with intelligence officers, could be deployed, with options on the table including ground operations and drone strikes against cartel command centers. Training for the potential operation is underway, though no final decision has been made and deployment remains contingent on several factors. The targeted groups include cartel networks that officials say threaten U.S. citizens and American security. Meanwhile, Mexico's president has firmly rejected any unilateral U.S. military action, stressing the country will cooperate but not be subordinate.
Former Vice President Dick Cheney has died at the age of 84. Cheney served as the 46th President of the United States under President George W. Bush from 2001 to 2009. During that time, he was widely regarded as one of the most powerful vice presidents in American history. His influence extended into major national security decisions, including the response to 9/11 and the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. Prior to his vice presidency, Cheney held key roles including Secretary of Defense and White House Chief of Staff. Over his career, he was both respected and polarizing, viewed by supporters as a steadfast leader in a time of crisis, and by the critics of his expansion of executive power.
Astronomers have recorded a dazzling cosmic event, a flare from a supermassive black hole so intense it radiated with the light of around 10 trillion suns. The burst was detected in 2018 at the California Institute of Technology's Palomar Observatory and came from a galaxy some 10 billion light years away, meaning we're seeing the flash as it occurred when the universe was very young. What triggered it? Researchers believe a star ventured too close to the black hole's fierce gravity and was shredded in a tidal disruption event, unleashing a sudden, massive release of energy. This discovery gives scientists a rare window into how black holes behave in extreme conditions and raises new questions about how these cosmic giants shaped the early universe.
When we return, Cowgirl basketball tipped off their season last night. Andrew Dunham has it in the Sports Corner right after this.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service. My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love. There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry when you purchase it.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alba when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Welcome back into the Daily Yo, and welcome into the Sports Corner. I'm Andrew Dunham. Let's talk some sports here in Stillwater, America. Starting with Cowgirl basketball, who started up their season last night with a win against New Orleans. And our very own Aaron Stinson was on the court last night with a closer look on that win.
While Stately Hurd may be the one on the watch list, it was a different pair of Cowgirls that led the way to their win against New Orleans. It was a pair of Stately Hurd threes that got the game going for Oklahoma State as the team went on a 15-0 run. The three ball continued to fall for the Cowgirls all night, shooting 17 for 40 from behind the arc, partnered with effective ball movement by the offense.
Yeah, I think like the most fun part of our team is that we just hunt the hottest hand, and sharing the ball is so much fun when we just push it up the court and find the shooter. And I think that just speaks to our selflessness and just how bought in we are for each other. Like Coach talked about, we have so much depth that it doesn't really matter who's shooting it. Like, as long as we find the open player, like, we're going to be successful. And so I think just getting to those shots is what we really focus on.
The Cowgirls exploded for 33 points in the second quarter and held a 40-point lead at half thanks to an 11-point outburst from newcomer Haley Timmer, matching her total in 1 quarter to what she got in a whole game against OSU in the tournament last season. The Pokes would start the second half on a 7-0 run and score 25 total behind another 11-point quarter, this time from Micah Gray. OSU would continue to build their lead and go on to win 109-48, Gray leading the way in the scoring with 24. Cowgirls will be back in action as they take on East Texas A&M Wednesday, November 5th. Tip-off set for 6:30 p.m. Reporting from Gallagher-Iba Arena, I'm Aaron Stinson, the Daily O.
Thanks for that, Aaron. Great job as always. And jam-packed week continues here in Gallagher-Iba Arena this week. Today, men's basketball has their first home game against Oral Roberts tonight. And our very own Shay Faulkner is outside GIA right now to tell us more about that matchup. What do you got, Shay?
Yeah, Andy, I'm outside Gallagher-Iba Arena. We're in a little bit over an hour. The Cowboys are officially going to start their season and tip off against Oral Roberts University at 6:30. Now, we're heading into year 2 of the Steve Lutz era, and expectations are high, with multiple big-name transfers coming in, like shooting guard Anthony Roy, who comes from the University of Green Bay. Now, the Pokes are coming off of a grueling exhibition match 2 weeks ago against a ranked Auburn team when they won in an insane overtime battle. Now, as you can see, the weather conditions, it's a little bit windy out here, a little bit rowdy, but it's going to be nothing compared to how that energy is going to be inside Gallagher-Iba at about 6:30 when those loyal and true Cowboy fans get rowdy themselves. It's a new year, a new team, and we can't wait to see what happens. Back to you.
Switching gears from the basketball court to the tennis court. Cowboys finished up in Texas at the UTR Pro Tennis Tour and the M25 in Harlingen. The Pokes sent out Ian Brax, Thomas Kadecki, and Derek Pham to Texas, where together they tallied up 7 wins. In College Station, Brax won 2 matches with straight set victories, and Kadecki came out with 3 wins, including a playoff match. Then, down in Harlingen, Pham fell in the qualifying and quarterfinal rounds, but picked up a win in the round of 16. Cowboys are back home this week, hosting the Cowboy Classic at the Greenwood Tennis Center this weekend. OSU Wrestling remains ranked number 5, but 2 Cowboy wrestlers have soared up in the individual rankings. Zach Ryder and Casey Swiderski moved into the top 5 of their weight class after their performances at the NCWA All-Star Classic. Ryder and Swiderski made the biggest jumps in their respective classes after securing wins over the weekend. You can see them and the rest of the Cowboys in action this Friday at, you guessed it, Gallagher-Iba Arena starting at 7 p.m. Well, that's all we have today from the Sports Corner, but don't go anywhere. We know our man Mason has some serious pipes, but how about these mushrooms that are making music? Mason and Reagan have it right after this.
I'm Travis Taylor. I'm the general manager for the Hotel Indigo Tulsa Downtown. I have a real good understanding of the food scene in Tulsa, and I've loved to see the way it's evolved over the years, and I'm glad to be part of it.
My name's Kevin Kyle. I'm the executive chef. I started here, the idea was to do something local. Everything that we try to do has Oklahoma products.
Tulsa is a big oil boom when we were the oil capital in the early 1900s. How Route 66 put Tulsa on the map. And the menu around that was, well, what would an oil worker take out in their lunchbox? That's how Prospect kind of came from.
We never get crazy busy, so we can do a lot of different things with food. And we can do things like wine dinners and have local dinners. We have a private dining room that people can come.
I think being at the heart of the old Route 66 has kind of weighed into us getting a lot of different things brought in from different areas of the United States. When I taste something on our menu for the first time, the first thing I go is, that's Tulsa.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, the things my grandparents ate,
Fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
One celebrity finally responded to a controversy caused by jeans. Will Mansell has that and more in your A-List update. Will?
Yeah, Reagan, Sydney Sweeney is finally speaking out on the American Eagle's jeans campaign that caused an online outrage earlier this year. She said, quote, "I know who I am, I know what I value, I know that I'm a kind person." Sweeney's American Eagle campaign was centered around a pun relating great jeans to, well, great jeans. Many took to the internet to express outrage online over the company allegedly glorifying the actor's white heritage and thin physique. Sweeney defended the advertisement, saying she loved jeans and that's what the campaign was all about. The ad got so much attention that even President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance weighed in, which Sweeney described as surreal. Well, that's all for our A-List update. Back to you guys at the desk.
In a fascinating fusion of art, nature, and technology, an experimental UK-based group is enabling mushrooms to literally make music. Bionic The Wires has developed bionic arms that translate the fungi's own bioelectrical signals into movements on keyboards and drum machines, generating electronic soundscapes. Behind the project is artist-technologist John Ross, whose multidisciplinary work challenges our human-centric view of creativity by giving mushrooms and plants a new mode of expression. The band's other member, Andy Kidd, translates those non-human electrical signals into synth sounds, turning nature's whisper into music. From mushrooms playing drumsticks to painting brushes, this project raises intriguing questions about what defines creativity. It also is a reminder that inspiration and innovation may stem from the unexpected.
Sweet news for all candy lovers everywhere. Today we mark National Candy Day, a fun celebration dedicated to the sweet little treats that bring us joy and nostalgia. Candy has a rich history. Its roots stretch back to ancient civilizations, where honey-coated fruits and sugarcane syrups were early confections. So what better way to observe the day than by treating yourself to your favorite candy? Whether it's trying something brand new or revisiting an old favorite, share a piece, swap with friends, or even try a homemade candy recipe. Go ahead, unwrap a bit of sweetness, and join the celebration of the candy craft and all the smiles it brings. Well, we're going to go over and send it to Bridget Nye in the Weather Center.
Thanks, Reagan. Let's check out that 7-day forecast. This week is not very exciting with sunny skies all week long, with our temperatures being in the high to mid 70s up until this coming week, where it's going to drop to the 50s and then to the 40s. That's it for me. Back to you guys.
All right, Bridget, that's a look at today's headlines. Thank you for joining us.
Make sure to check out the Daily O tomorrow and the rest of the week for the latest happening here in Stillwater and across the state. For the Daily O, I'm Reagan Downs.
And I'm Mason Humphrey. Have a great night, everyone.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alba when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Thank you for coming to Stay and Play Pet Resort. This is where we can board your pet at any time for your convenience and make them feel at home. We have 5 different kennels for your pet. We have luxury suites that come with TV, camera, fireplace. The webcam is at your free. We have Kitty City where you can board your cat for multiple different prices. Stay and Play